disaster have you brought me now? You may enter. Do not part the curtains if you value your life. Good morning. That smells encouraging. Bring it here. I believe I requested steak tartare, mouse, not double helpings of scrambled eggs. But this, at least, has not been incinerated within an inch of its life. Do you have some strange allergy to handling fresh meat? You're vegetarian. Of course you are. Lovely. Yes, I should expect that you'd at least brew a good cup of tea. You look exhausted. Did last night's storm keep you awake? I imagine it must be rather loud up there. No leaks, at least, I trust. Good. You'll have the opportunity later to make things more comfortable up there, if you insist on eschewing my guest rooms. I can hardly believe that pitiful mattress sufficed. I trust you found my note in the kitchen. Tell me what you've been up to this morning. Sounds like you have a decent start on gathering and preparing the herbs we'll need for this week. Were you able to get enough morels? I realize we're nearing the end of their season. Very good. We can get started right away, then. I want to begin work on a series of slow-acting potions that will require fermentation over a number of days. The components are finicky, so I will handle them for now. I also need to restock my reserves of everyday medicines, antibiotics, analgesics, anti-androgens, and so on. I'll leave that task to you. Once you've completed your list to my satisfaction, I will allow you to assist in my work. Damn, that's good. I think I'd keep you just for your ability to brew tea. You're staring, Mouse. And blushing. Did you expect me to sleep in a cap and a nightshirt? Well, you can put that assumption to rest. I have never bothered wearing clothes to bed, even when I still had the body my mother gave me. Quit your gawking. Go meet me in the workshop. I can dress myself. How is that unguent coming along? Pay attention, Mouse. You neglected to roast the seeds first. For pity's sake. Why do you cringe away from me so? Your previous master was a puling little shit, wasn't he? Here, clean that up. Be careful of the shards. House. Coffee beans. Thank you, House. Sit there. Yes, in my seat. Sit. Listen to me, Mouse. When I give you a task, I expect you to do it. I will not abide laziness or indifference, especially not from one with as much talent as you. But mistakes happen. We've been working for hours. I may expect a certain degree of quality from your work, but I did not bring you here to lord over you. I will never strike you, and you need not expect punishment over something as inconsequential as a broken jar or some misused fennel seeds. It's no great loss. While the remedies I require are an urgent matter, I have no plans to work you to death. You're useless to me tired. If you need rest or refreshment, then take it. This is not a suggestion. I am demanding this of you. That's deep. You have done well with the garden. Not a weed or a caterpillar in sight. And I enjoyed reading your notes suggesting what I should do with the empty bed in the northwest corner. It has you missing your own garden, does it? I am surprised your previous employer allowed you one. He didn't. Bold of you, little mouse, planting your herbs there anyway. I'm not surprised he never noticed. The idiot probably couldn't tell a peony from a marigold. Continue pleasing me, and perhaps we can see about putting together your own garden plot here. Of course. There's more than enough room for it, and given your penchant for plucking flowers that aren't yours, perhaps your own patch of earth will keep you out of trouble. It's as I said, I'm not your former master. You needn't be unhappy here. It looks like we worked straight through lunch. You may go. Rest. Eat something. I'll see you at dinner. Is there something the matter, Mouse? You seem preoccupied, jumpy. If you say so. Let's see what culinary wonders you've made for me today. I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever get anything to eat from you that isn't peasant food. No, I'm not displeased. I'm invested now. I want to see what you'll do next. I will admit, your description of the swaggering peacock who formerly employed you caused me to overestimate your cooking prowess. But I've accepted the unhappy fact that I won't be getting braised unicorn and candied dates for supper anytime soon. Your aversion to handling raw meat is going to make things rather difficult for you, though. The spiced millet and roasted vegetables are passable, and I do appreciate the turkey soup, but eventually my stores of smoked meat will run out. What will you do then, I wonder? Look at me, Mouse. Look at my teeth. I can't live on soup and salads alone. blushing again. How curious. Anyway, I have every confidence that a clever thing like you can come up with something. You're getting an eyeful of my family paintings. You won't have much luck if you're hoping to find any resemblance between us. It's surprising how little time it takes to forget. Did I have my mother's hands? My father's nose? Were my eyes blue or green? I couldn't tell you. I destroyed the portraits of myself years ago. I came rather close to destroying these paintings along with them. My family left me here to rot, you know, after I changed. I have no idea where they are now. But even when I was deep in my cups, something stopped me from consigning these 3 paintings to the flame. In the letter my parents left, they said they feared I'd lose the run of myself and hurt them. I suppose something in me doesn't want to prove them right, even if they're only paintings. Anyway, it's unlikely that my flock of little sisters had anything to do with it. Look at them. So young, dancing around the maypole. They are young women now, wherever they are. It's strange to imagine them pursuing suitors, hosting salons. Then again, I never thought I'd find myself with dinner company either. And yet here you sit. It's almost funny. Had my home's enchantment not been in decline, you wouldn't have found me at all. There's a barrier that typically deters visitors. Oh, yes. If the magic had been working properly, you would have been compelled to turn around and go home. Every step in my direction would have felt progressively worse. I am glad you managed to sneak through it, little mouse. I can't begin to tell you how wonderfully strange it is to have someone else around the house after so long. I forgot what it was like. Suddenly there's your scent, your voice, your footprints in the garden, your notes mixed up with mine. And I've never had the opportunity to converse with someone about my life's work before. Mouse, your work is spectacular. You have such interesting ideas. I feel closer to a breakthrough than I have in months. But all that aside, it's also been pleasant, simply having someone to talk to like this. I'm glad I didn't scare you off. I want you to be happy here. Why am I so mawkish this evening? Must be this wine. Strange aftertaste. Although I do note that at least it's chilled properly this time. Thank you. Mouse. What do you mean you can't go through with it? Go through with what? Slow down. Stop weeping. I can't understand what you're saying. Start again. If it wasn't your intention to use my roses, then me, your former master, sent you here to harvest me. Of course he did. Of course. Sit back down, Mouse. Go on. You have nothing to fear, I swear it. So, you picked the roses to lure me out, and then you drugged my wine. And now you knock it away, knowing full well I could tear you to pieces for it. I see what's going on. That jackass sent you out here to track down and hunt a creature. You didn't expect to find one who could hold a conversation, did you? What part of me did he want? The pancreas. That makes sense, if he wants youth spells. And he thought you could bring me down with one piffling little glass of drugged wine. He imagined you cutting me open and collecting my red, dripping organs when you can't endure the thought of handling a raw steak. If he wanted my downfall, all he had to do was ask you to cook for me. Oh, I could kill him. You lived for 3 years under that fucking tyrant. Don't think I didn't notice how quickly you leapt to obey me, how you trembled at my displeasure. It's been beaten into you to follow orders, hasn't it? I could smell it on you the second we entered my study and I told you to sit. I foolishly thought it was just in your nature when we first met. But no. You were protecting yourself. You'll ingratiate yourself for the faintest hope of personal safety and a few small, stolen luxuries. You struggle for crumbs, Mouse. Clean up that mess. Then go. You are no longer beholden to me. You're free to do whatever you want, just leave me be. Go away, Mouse. Will I ever get you to stop poking your whiskers where you shouldn't? I said leave me be. Of course. Makes sense you wouldn't want to venture out in this weather. You don't want to go at all. Why the hell not? I could rip you limb from limb. I should. Drugging me. How dare you? Wouldn't have been the first time someone tried to poison me, you know. I think your attempt, though, was quite possibly the most farcical yet. I am a large, hulking monster, Mouse. Half a glass of drugged wine wouldn't get me drowsy. You should go. I told you to do as you pleased. Why can't you just do as you're told? When I said you're no longer obligated to stay here, I meant it. You spent more than enough time serving others. I want you to have more than crumbs, Mouse. I just want you to be You enjoy spending your time here. Genuinely. You're not lying, just to appease me. All right then, Mouse. I believe you. You remarkable thing. Most would take one glance at me and run like the devil himself was on their heels, but you looked at me and blushed. You've been curious, haven't you? Go on then. Study me to your heart's content. I almost forgot what that was like. Do it again.